Wanted to make a fun little video just to showcase some of the crazy stuff going on in the pre-patch. Something to like look back at maybe down the road when all the actual changes are finalized by Blizzard. The pre-patch is usually like a wild but sometimes like fun and crazy time in WoW's lifespan. Like the actual expansion hasn't launched yet, so a lot of the things that are supposed to be happening with the expansion are in the game, but we're still playing the content that was made from the previous iteration, so it usually ends up being like really wacky and really strange. The fact that, we made a video on this a couple days ago now, but like the fact that they are making like massive tanking nerfs to every spec in the game, but they're not in with the pre-patch, but all the other like overpowered changes that they made prior that are supposed to be balanced by the tank nerfs that are coming are in. It's just creating this really strange environment, plus all, the gear changes, everything else we talked about. On top of that, there's some very strange bugs. So you have keys that are like wildly easier, wildly quicker as well. This is a clip that was sent to me. This is like just frankly like a dungeon breaking bug. Like no idea at all how something like this happens. Let's take a look at it. He's gonna pull the tank in, and as he gets taken and pulled in, he just dies. Like what is this bug? Watch it again. Like nothing abnormal happens here at all. He pulls the tank in. Maybe something to do with like a buff the tank has. I have no idea. I don't think so. And it just doesn't even eat him. It just dies instead. I love the reactions in the chat, by the way. He goes, "What the fuck? I prayed so hard." Like if that's how he got it killed. Yeah, that's, probably the most egregious of all the bugs, honestly. But there's a lot of small things like that. We were talking about it a lot this week on the stream. Changes to things that just like don't really make a lot of sense. Like from what I could tell, the last two mobs in front of the boss in Not Good, the guy used to target his charge on the nearest player, now just picks a random player. Changes like that, like I just don't understand how they happen, and I have to imagine they're a part of something else that changed that accidentally like changes how these spells function without any actual knowledge of it happening. But right now is the best time ever to do Mythic Plus, and I'm going to tell you why, and it's more than what you might think. The short answer might be like they're easy, right? So if you're still looking to get your portals, if you're still looking to get like some kind of milestone, you can still do that now. Now, I'm not 100% sure what's still in the game, so I'd love you guys to leave some comments down below. People are telling me though you cannot get Keystone Master anymore, like the actual achievements, Keystone Hero, these things that are supposed to give you a reward, they don't give them to you anymore. Is that correct? So that means you can't get them out anymore. Obviously, you can still get the score, like that we 100% know. I gained well over 100 points this week. I think I gained like 120 some points this week. Keys are like at least one, if not two, maybe even three levels easier than they've ever been. Let me show you that now. I know it's the easiest dungeon that's in the season right now, but as you see, we just killed the third boss with 16 minutes and 20 seconds left. We're gonna pull this boss with 16 minutes left on the timer. That is unheard of. I don't think I've ever done like a key that is above like a progression difficulty level that we had a shot at triple upgrading. We missed the triple upgrade apparently by 1 minute. I don't know for sure because Angry Keystone doesn't work anymore. That's how I always got all this info. Hopefully it's going to be updated again. People are saying it's not an add-on that gets a lot of active updates, but regardless, anyway, it's not normal. This is ridiculous. The keys are absurdly easy. We do have very good damage. It looks like Frosty K, Survival Hunter, Rep Paladin. These things are just knocking the damage charts over, like blowing them up. Yeah, you see we're going to get to 3358, 14 points from this key, a double upgrade on a 16. Now that's not abnormal. This dungeon was very double upgradable in the past, but the fact that we were that close to a triple upgrade is pretty wild. And you see the overall chart. We got somebody doing 768k as Frosty Death Knight in this dungeon, which is not known for its high volume. But I don't know if you can still get Keystone Master. I assume you can still get the portals. Usually the portals don't ever go away. So this is a really good thing to have now because the portals are now account wide. So if you do not have them at all, you really should try to push to get them. 10s should be super easy now. And if they're not, make sure you record them and send any funny moments in to me. We'll still be doing reviews over the last few weeks. But yeah, you should definitely have no problem getting them. And it's going to be very valuable because these portals are now account wide. The coolest thing about them being account wide too, which I was really actually concerned with, but they handled it perfectly. The CD of them is not account wide. So having them is account wide, but not the cooldown, meaning when you get that 8-hour cooldown, it is not shared across your whole account. This was a huge concern for me because I really like hopping from alt to alt that has the challenge mode portals from back end MOP and porting to Siege of Orgrimmar. This is what, like, every time I'd have like an hour free, I would basically just go run Siege of Orgrimmar and all the characters I had the portals on from challenge mode to try to get the Grosh shoulders. I was worried that if I had the account wide portals, then it would mean that if I used it once, now it's on cooldown for that character, mean it would be on cooldown for the whole account. No, that's not how it works. So these portals are really going to be great because you're going to be able to port back to Dragonflight. And I don't know how this part works, but since they're account wide, does that mean you could use them while leveling, like on characters that definitely didn't earn them? I have yet to test that out. Let me know what you guys think. But yeah, realistically, it could mean that you could use them on like any character ever. Maybe there's some kind of minimum level for them. I don't know the answer to that just yet. But the real reason I want to tell you guys that it is the best time to do Mythic Plus ever right now is because this is a huge confidence booster. Our characters as tanks, like I'm specifically talking to you guys who are playing tanks and especially Blood DKs, are in a state of, I mean, nigh invulnerability. Like you are very, very, very powerful relative to the content that is in front of you. And this may sound boring. You know, you could have your own opinions on what this means right now. But if you are somebody like, you know, Cop in the old days who has that kind of tank anxiety and you're kind of worried about tanking, or you're just coming back to the game for a long period of time and you're unsure if you want to try tank, now is the time, because you're going to be able to walk in with a state of relative power that is far above your expectation and far above potentially your even experience and maybe skill. This could be a time where you could walk in with really no skill at all and still succeed. It's not necessarily something I would encourage for players to be able to do because you're eventually going to set yourself up for failure. But since it's in the pre-patch, the season is effectively over, and this is just a time to build up this either confidence or knowledge or preparation for the next expansion. I think it's actually a good thing for the player base in some ways that they didn't implement the tank changes, even though I think it would be really healthy to be able to test them out and make sure that they're perfect going into the War Within. I also like just being like just gods at the end of an expansion. Like now that the expansion's over, it's just all bets are off. Who cares? Just go slam and have fun. That kind of stuff is just really engaging, and I think it's a really fun time to just try out new stuff. So I just wanted to make this quick video. I have a special video coming tomorrow, so make sure you're staying tuned for that. Let me know what you guys are thinking about this pre-patch, if you're enjoying it. Do you think like there's going to be big changes throughout the pre-patch? This whole tank change thing just doesn't go away. Like, is it coming next week? Is it coming at the end of the pre-patch? Is it coming when the game launches? Who knows at this point? Leave your thoughts on that. Let me know what you guys know about the ability to get things like Keystone Master or the achievements, and whether or not you can still get the portals and all that. I'm assuming you could. But even if you literally just go in there for practice, building that confidence now, getting like your UI tweaked, like learning what you are and aren't enjoying as well. You know, you want to go into the War Within with the spec that you're going to have the most fun with and you're going to play as your main. So now's the time to figure that out. See what they look like at the high end, and then you'll be able to build your character up through the War Within back to that level again. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys tomorrow.